Hello, friends. Ever consider we may be in a state of malnutrition? The lack of wholesome meals are major contributing factors towards disease and behaviors, just like oil and gas to a working vehicle. Not to mention lifestyle are very real considerations. After 20 plus years of listening, surveying, observations, and hosting retreats, I interacted with many patients and their families. I myself was a patient overcame 3 major health challenges. My experience and insights will help to equip you, my audience, to unpack and eliminate guessworks before you visit your doctors. Welcome to my show, Optimize Wellness and Maximize Life by way of 1 degree change. Hello, I am so excited for this new season. We call this Season 2, Episode 1. We are changing from talking only about food and how to treat the body and de-stress, going into a new season, talking about lifestyle, talking about how the body is designed, and not only that, we're going to I'm going to talk more and more about optimizing uh, your life, maximizing it by way of lifestyle. And there's a lot involved, and also many people don't realize longevity, cellular wellness has a lot to do with your whole person. Of course, what you eat has to be as well a home prepared meal instead of packaged meal. Uh, yes, it is not as convenient because, in general, especially in America, people have forgotten. They have forgotten to eat food for their health, but they eat food for their palate. And the industry has turned things so differently that the body that we are designed with for reasons of purpose, enjoyment of life, and going into longevity without a lot of disability, that picture has to change. And so I wanted to talk about how we're going to change it. And our body is designed not to be eating and eating and eating, and no less about all the addictiveness that is in the food industry. We all know about it. What are they? Hormone. Even the eggs are not the same as home fresh uh, egg that you can buy at the farmer's market. They literally taste different. And I just want to say, uh, I am so blessed. My husband built me a hen house, and for that, I've got fresh eggs. And in the previous episode, I talked about eating a fresh egg. And yes, it does seem like a lot of work, but at the beginning, we were actually saying, oh my goodness, we have 12 hens. And guess what? It took a long time, but it was all worth it. I'm going to go more into it about uh, maximizing life by not just lifestyle, mindsets, purpose, how we eat, the kind of habits we have regarding food, our mindset, and being aware of um, how much we're eating and how we're actually digesting, and being aware this machine really require you to value it because it's working for you. And truthfully, nobody go buy a car and not do oil change, align the wheels, adjust even the paint outside, and making sure the carburetor work well, taking it in for regular checkup, and making sure uh, the wheels are uh, filled with the right amount of air. But a lot of people don't take care of themselves the way they take care of their cars. And I want to say, many people, because their priorities have been messed up, have not been aligned the way they want the end of life outcome to be. And one thing I also wanted to talk about is, by design, no one can make a body, no one can create a baby. It is divinely designed. And to tell you the truth, medical science still are trying to figure out how to fix this body. I am here to talk about preventive wellness. And so I lay out a few things from this season on to talk about all the different strategies and purpose and plans about going from here, how to live better, stronger, and with the least amount of accumulated stress and disease, such as chronic illness and inflammations. And so, but before that, I want you to watch this quick commercial, because my book called Optimize Wellness and Maximize Life, right here, has a lot to do with why this commercial that is coming up. Because every time I have to remind myself and my audience, God has healed me 3 times for just unprecedented illness that and didn't see it coming. And I got a chance to figure out how I got healed and how to maintain my wellness. After all, I only have today to share this with you, and I am so excited and enthused to tell you, at some point way back, I didn't think I was going to make it. So watch this little special tidbits that I will always be so proud to share what God did for me. Hi, Dr. Mary Axness here. At age 72, I finally retired. And guess what? I wrote a book. It's called Optimize Wellness and Maximize Life. And you know what? God healed me from 3 major medical challenges. One of them was a serious brain concussion injury over 10 years ago. And the doctor said there's nothing they can do other than just sit on the porch and rock. That didn't sit well with me at all. So I do what I knew best to do, eat myself back to health, plus co-labor with God, and did a lot of study and understand how to feed the brain well and recover. Now I can say, order this book. I'm going to have classes over this too. And come along and grow young with me. Retirement is just a new chapter. Now, after seeing that, I hope you realize we have purpose. We have a future. The best is yet to come. So, what I'm talking about, what is the best? Number one, our body is created by design, and the way it digests food, the way uh, the brain works, the way the heart pumps, the way the arteries, if you can see it, the arteries, they are constantly going, circulating, going miles and pulsating and making sure this body do the things to get you accomplished all the things you want in life. And you have 24 hours. And then it goes into a rest mode. is called sleep. In fact, most of the time when we sleep, our body is actually regenerating, reconstituting some of the things that we think about in dreams. We all know about it, but sometimes we forget to be aware, to be kind to our body. And remember our acronym here, ABC: awareness begets change. And one of the things I kept talking about on this uh, platform I have today is you have today to nurture yourself well. I'm not talking about indulgence. I'm talking about be a friend to yourself, take good care of yourself, and be able to be an asset and not a liability to your family, to your children. To me, that's my best contribution and love to my family. Now, does that mean I'm always perfect? Absolutely not. So, how do we avoid being a liability? And I'm actually getting ready to do Zoom class now. Is coming up within a week. I will be sending out invitations. So any of you wanted to um, be ready, number one, go get my book and go to the website info at one degree change tv.com and click the button, and you are welcome to register. I will do the first time is actually a free class until people give me feedbacks and see if it's something you would like to do. Most importantly, I'm offering this to my audience because I have realized a lot of people, even after they have surgery, after they get well, they don't always maintain the degree of wellness to go after the gold, to make sure that they finish stronger and live a healthy lifestyle to sustain all the good that their body has served them. Most of the time, we don't realize. The truth is, we don't realize our body is working very hard for you to play, for you to go to a game, until there's a major, major catastrophe: cancer, Parkinson's, dementia. The truth is, you don't have to wait till a disease show up. I actually tell some of my friends most of the time it doesn't happen suddenly unless it's an accident. Your body is designed intelligently to do its own healing. And I have such a passion to share this with people that it also heals itself, but it on its own terms and priority. What does that mean? Please come to my Zoom class. And we are totally, totally unaware of that because of the system that we've been in, no less what we've gone through the last 3, 4, 5 years. And we've been stuck. And to be unstuck, you have to come into a new mindset. You have to come to accept the terms that we have been addicted to the food sources that the system is providing. So we just have to take personal responsibility. This is about us. This is not about the system or how bad it has done for us. Yes, we can all come together for a better future. But most importantly, excuse me, most importantly, we have to take back the freedom. You know, true freedom is a lot of responsibilities. And I dare to say, most people don't think too much. And especially in the Western Hemisphere, achievement is so important. Go, go, go. And then you know what? They don't realize the body is not so much aging, but the declining is not matching with what they want to get done. Many people uh, on different parts of the world, they are not as driven to accomplish, to get it done with 5 things, 10 things, multitask. Do you know how much stress that is? So, oh, if you want to understand a little bit about stress, go to my previous season one, the last 3 episodes. I try my best to explain in 3 different parts what stress and stressors are, and physiologically how it affects and your body and bring you a disease. We don't want that. So now in this new season, we're going to go forward and focus on why this magnificent body, how it works for you. But can you help it to work for you? Ah, I'm excited about sharing more. And please go register for the Zoom class now. Well, what do I mean by feeding for health? In most places, countries, and nations, a lot of people do not eat until it comes out of their ears. Part of the 1 degree change on this show that I really want my audience to get is we don't always have to go out, number one, to feast every other night. That's not how our body can do is regenerating. In fact, the main thing when we feast is during festival times. Most of the whole world don't eat the way we eat. For instance, on an average day, I really recommend people to eat instead of fill to the brim with dessert and with, 2, 3 courses of meal every evening. It is really not necessary. Your palate will like it, but your body is taking on tasks is never meant to. So this 1 degree take home lesson for this particular episode, let's just start with one thing. Your body is actually functioning a lot better if you eat like 60 to 70% full and then stop. And that's when you should engage in conversations and check yourself. How was your day? And develop a mindset of healthy pause and give your body a little break. That's what I mean by nourishing yourself and loving yourself well. And sometimes even being aware of, oh, um, am I burping? Am I having a digestive issue? Usually, when you don't feed yourself, so overwhelm your whole system and then flood it with drinks while you're eating, and then coffee, and then dessert. Let me tell you a quick story. I was on a cruise not long ago. That was last a year and a half ago. And well, in the morning, people would wait in line getting multiple things just for breakfast, from fruits, juice, oatmeal, fried eggs, bacon, and then pastry. And you can hear burping sounds. That is overdoing it. Well, this story was an illustration of on a cruise ship, people do eat, overwhelm their body. Well, this is a true event. I was getting ready for breakfast and I was waiting in line for some scrambled eggs after I got some fruit. Being is a big full day, we were gonna get off the ship and go do a lot of activities. So I was ready for a big breakfast. Well, there was a fellow right behind me, and I could tell he's just a big gentleman. Well, I don't know exactly what happened. Well, I'm a tiny girl, and I could tell this big, huge man behind me. Suddenly, I heard this thump sound, and what happened was he fell on the floor. And before I knew it, I could tell, uh-oh, he just have a cardiac arrest. Now, being my husband's um, in the medical field, and I screamed for him, and then immediately it is very clear this man may die. Well, long and short of it was he was actually um, having a heart attack or a stroke. I still didn't understand exactly what took place because it was right behind me. But I remember his wife and maybe his kids, I don't know, screamed and I held her while the medical people come and assist and they rope off with sheets everyone around. They I guess they see this a lot and they were very well uh, prepared and extremely well organized. Unfortunately, we were hitting a foreign country, and by the time when the medical team come on, they do not speak English very well. And so I was observing, oh my goodness, and sounded like his stomach was still very full from the night before. And so it was just, he was just overfed. That's the best word I can use. Well, I believe he died. And I wasn't going to find out all the details, but that was an illustration that all of us need to remember. Just because the food is in front of us, we do not have to overwhelm our body. Please have the mindset that you would not flood the car with um, all kinds of gas until it flooded the whole floor. You would give it the right fuel at the right time for the right reason. And our body is the same. So 1 degree change this time is talking about let's start the one step. Do not eat till you're so full so that your body actually will appreciate you, giving it a little less and give it time for the body to digest. Now, even though we every day have plans, have lots of things we want to accomplish, but actually, our body's not designed to eat all 3 meals with the same quantity. And a lot of times, we should think about okay, 1 or 2 things is all we need. In fact, we call it single food, meaning we don't have to have all kinds of food uh, all shoved together, but eat 1 or 2 mono meal, meaning if you're going to eat a sweet potato, just keep the sweet potato and maybe water or juice uh, to to hydrate your body. But as far as mono meal is a way of eating to not overwhelm the digestive system. We all know now our microbiome is the processing plant of our body, the bile, the the stomach part, the esophagus. I have seen people, they eat so much that it back up, and that's no fun. And I hope none of us do that. But if you do, please realize you've overdone it. And it is important to realize before you go to bed, make sure you don't eat a lot because it will provide you with a very good night rest if you don't overstuff yourself. So having a healthy mindset about relationship with food and how we feed our body, let's start the 1 degree change by not filling it 100% full and make it a festive occasion when you really want to eat unlimited amount of food. I say that is because traditionally, uh, in many countries, they have festivals. That's when they eat very rich meal and combining it with uh, a lot of community events, and it's exciting time. But on an everyday basis, like the hunters and gatherers, they they actually go on a fast before they gradually build back up eating at festival time. So I hope this help you to develop a new mindset. Before we go, I want to say we're getting into regenerative medicine. That is a big word because our body, even if we don't do risky behaviors, we are still declining as we accumulate age chronologically. Now, at age 73, going on 74, I am exercising ABC: awareness, beget, change. And I want to improve so that I can live strong, healthy, full of vitality until the day I am done on this earth. So, next time, next episode, we're going to talk more about regenerating on a cellular level. And before we go, let's do our meditation. And remember being grateful every 24 hours. We don't know what we've been spared. So let me close with this quick prayer. Thank you, God, for helping us to live the last 24 hours, avoiding things that we didn't even know it could have harmed us. And thank you, God, that we slept well. I slept well last night. I was able to eat, sleep, poop, sweat, and digest. And that's a good thing. Thank you, God. Until next time, I will see you again and we will talk more about regenerative medicine. Don't forget to go register for the uh, Zoom class and be on a community that shares same precious value for the future. And I wish you all well. Bye bye.